camera angle.
So the lights are about to go out. I was about to do the lights, and away we go. And we get the camera angle actually changes. So by the look of it, Wow gets a good start. Actually, no, Copy gets away. Wow pulls away well. Copy's alongside Julian. Jensen's coming up onto the inside of Julian as we're into turn 1. Jensen gets past Julian going into turn 1, so we're away. Copy actually breaks away into the lead. Wow went a bit wide, and Jensen's looking very feisty. So Copy's got the move done as Julian goes around the outside. Now it's coming to turn 3 as we have a bit of it. 3 cars going wide and one of the Mercedes actually going off, and Astro Boys up to B5.
Oh no! We lose Pretorius!
And that was contact between him and
that's a safety car.
We have a safety car.
Julian passes.
Oh, Spinala! Danny Spinala!
Oh no, the Ferrari! I don't manage to catch him, but he's gonna have to redirect his car anyways. Up front. Oh yeah, Mad Mike totally up front.
Yeah, I mean, so
it's
good. So
wow, it's a massive tank slap, almost catches off Jensen, but now Julian gets Jensen on the inside. Maybe no, Jensen manages to brake later, so he's still ahead of his fellow Dutchman. I don't quite know how he got there, but he's holding on to that position. He's gonna be an annoyance to Julian for sure. Now Julian may be into turn 4, but he thinks better of it. But there's a fight for the lead. We're going to turn 2, and Copy carries it around the outside. His car gets a little bit slidey, so that's going to cost him momentum. But he is still ahead of Wow as NJJ drops down the order. He's spun out of turn 1, but we can't really pay attention to that because up front there's still a fight for the lead. As Wow is a little. I mean, he looks like he's a little bit quicker than Copy for now.
Wow gets DRS. Julian gets DRS. So is Wow going to take Julian? Well, Wow going to take Copy down to turn 1. Copy goes inside line. Wow goes around the outside, and Wow's going to stick to this outside line, and he goes, and there's a yellow flag. I'm not too sure who's from, but Wow comes down the inside. He's trying to get past. Is he going to get past? Copy forcing the outside.
A little bit of contact, and I think he might have got it actually there side by side through turn 3, but Copy's still ahead. And now Julian is interested. Are we gonna get 3 wide? No, we're not. Luckily, 2 wide though, and Copy keeps it in.
Julian.
Oh
god, this is really close. Yes, Wow is definitely holding on to his Schnitzel now. Wow is coming out at the end of the pit lane, so let's see how this does. Wow, this is going to be really close. Wow is really close. Julian and Copy coming down the start string of the fight.
Oh, wow. Copy on Wow.
Got ahead! Wow's got ahead!
He's got the inside line and he keeps it ahead just about. But they are in the traffic of, there's a Red Bull off. Copy maybe sends it, he doesn't. I think that's NJJ who spun there. But Julian looks terribly impatient after 20 laps or something, and now he makes a run for it. He's on the outside, he prepares the switch back, and now Copy's gonna be a little bit slower than him because he didn't get the great run. He's still got his nose just ahead and just on the inside, but maybe with the carried momentum around the outside. Julian!
He's got him!
He's got the inside from the next turn, and he's finally through! After all that lap, and now he's got 6.5 seconds, or 3.5 if you count the penalty, to close in on Wow in P1.
Short result, Wow 125, finishing first, Hugo 2nd, Julian, Copy 5th, Iceman 6th, Popo 7th, Flight Cruiser 8th.
Hello and welcome everyone. It is race night once again. It's Saturday evening and we are here in the Ardennes, in the Belgian, well, countryside is probably wrong, but at the Ardennes roller coaster that is Spa-Francorchamps. And it is Tier 1 again, and alongside me for tonight, because Tara is still stuck in Florida. I've got Nicolaitis. Hello.
Hello Timo, hello guys.
So,
yeah,
we've got the Tier 1 roster and it looks as strong as ever. We've got 19 drivers all set to challenge for the top today, and I mean, it's just our usual case of looking at that grid and knowing that there's so many strong drivers and you don't quite know who wins. Last time out, Wow of course won, and he has probably got the highest win rate out of everyone because he misses some races, but the ones he does, he usually gets very close to the front or wins, and that is Popo Gamer getting disqualification for parking in a dangerous location, and he's on the pit entry, so maybe Maybe something happened there, I don't know. That's weird. So Popo's gonna start at the back. Maybe he's got a quali ban. That's also possible. I don't know.
Or that, or his ban or something. Wait, I'll check and I'll tell you.
That is super weird. Anyway, so yeah, it's Spa, and it's of course an amazing track. We've seen it in 2 races, or actually 3. I think it wasn't Tier 4 at Spa as well. I think so. So we've seen it in at least 2 races already, and today is going to be another one of these. That's Max Spilz is the first across the line, then it's Light Cruiser and Pretorius. Pretorius with a 43.2, and that is already an amazing time, and that already would have been pole in Tier 2.
Yeah, I think the pole there was 43.3.
Yeah, I think it was something like... No, I think it was a Contender with a 43.5. That's what I remember, because I was like 3/10 behind him.
Yeah, 3 or 5 it was.
Yeah, there's I mean, a great job by Pretorius already, also by Astro and Yugos have already beaten the Tier 2 pole time. And WoW is a little bit behind him, so for now, it's a Mercedes 1-2, and it's Pretorius and Astro Boys who seem to be very strong challengers. I don't count any one of them. Ocean Chief comes across the line. I usually don't count them as like the top guys, because that to me is WoW, Copy, and who's the third one? WoW, Copy, and Julian. But alright, Julian is not racing. Oh, that's a shame. That's also not good for the championship for him. But yeah, so these 3 are, I think, the top guys. Pretorius and us Astro Boys beating WoW in the first runs, showing that they're definitely up there as well and maybe can challenge.
Yeah, excellent performance from Mercedes with the 1-2 currently, but Hugo's and WoW coming up strong. I don't think it's their best performance currently, and I think they can do better. And also Light Cruiser and Max are on the medium, so I don't know if they're going to continue with this compound or if they're gonna change to soft, because it's too early.
It's a weird call. They are now headed in towards the pit lane, so they're gonna get a new set. Of course, that's their only set of medium tires. And I mean, Spa lap times are, generally Spa, of course, the longest track with just over 7 kilometers. And that means that you, of course, can't get 4 runs in. So it's not even a viable strategy to do like a medium run and get like a banker in and then do 3 soft runs. That doesn't work. So it's weird. I don't quite get why they're doing this, but maybe I'm overlooking something.
And I think you can also do even 3 runs. I have never managed to do 3 runs in Belgium, so
yeah, it's fine. But
yeah, the time is pretty tight.
Yeah, if you like, yeah, if you get held in the pits too much, if you're like generally unlucky or if you spin or anything, then you're like, the first incident will basically make you not get 3 runs in. It's yeah, time is very tight. You don't really have a choice, of course, with lap times. 1:43, that's... Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, that's the longest lap times on the calendar, I'm pretty sure. I think Singapore's like 38s and 39s. So that's a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Light Cruiser changed to soft. So...
Max Spilz as well.
Yeah, they were probably trying to...
Vance is dead.
Oh, I think he lost it. I think he lost it.
A weird place to lose it. He's parked after Blanchimont, but his car's not moving at all, so I imagine it's not a manual retirement, so he's gonna start from P18. That's terribly inconvenient.
Yeah, he might have lost it.
Yeah.
Coming out of this turn, a pretty fast part, very dangerous to get on the grass and just spin, and very easy to lose a wheel.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose it there, then your wheel's gone, that's for sure. So I think you have a point, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, and also Luigi now on his flying lap, one of the strongest drivers out there.
Yeah,
going through the 3rd sector.
Yeah, Luigi is like normally like solid midfield, but then on the CF tournament night, he came out in Interlagos and he almost beat the Flying Finn and definitely beat the likes of Wow, Jensen, the sort. So,
yeah, and it wasn't. Yeah, sorry.
no worries. And oh wow, yeah, he puts it on provisional pole for now. So it looks
Wow.
like he has got some stuff figured out by now. He's 43.1. I expect the pole to be like a 42.8 or something. That's my guess. Where we're going to
If
go.
we go under 43, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just know that Danny did that yesterday or on Thursday in practice. I've heard that, so I expect that someone is gonna do it. But of course, if you do something in practice, it doesn't mean that you can necessarily do it in the race. It's gonna be tough for everyone.
Yeah, and also the chart event was amazing for those who did watch it.
Yeah.
It was
if you
well
didn't, do
organized.
it.
Yeah, do it because there were many great drivers, and we were close to having many YouTubers as well and esports drivers, but
Yeah. Well,
most of them left, and that's a shame.
it's a shame, but I mean, in the end, it was still an amazing event. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I was commentating for the finale there. That was certainly sitting on the edge of my seat for 36 laps. So if if you didn't watch that, you can still do that. Also, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can still donate. It doesn't go towards any donation goal anymore because we've beaten the £1,000. I think that was pound. Yeah. So we've done that, but you can still donate anyways. So back to this qualifying session. Copy is not put in a lap yet, so I imagine. Oh wow, that is a massive slide from him. I imagine he's invalidated his first run or made some sort of a mistake, but it's about time to get on the board, and Copy knows that. So he has to do his best. Now we've got yellows there. That's a Torosso, and Copy's gonna come up to it, and it's Hugos. So he's binned it out of Lefania, coming into, I think Campos is the turn for that, and Copy apparently. But oh no, Astro boys! Oh, and Pretorius is the first one to get into the 42s as his teammate loses it in out of Paul Frere and spins his car almost beating on the lap of Copy, but not quite, so he's fine. Now through bus stop, nice braking, very precise over the curb. Can Copy beat his teammate? Can Copy beat Pretorius? Is gonna come across the line and he's gonna go marginally quicker than Luigi, but behind Pretorius, so the Mercedes are rapid, and Wow doesn't manage to do a 42.
Yeah, still on 43s, all of them except of Praetorius, but he's still on 0.9, so I expect to see them go even lower. Wow also with the 43.1.
Yeah, it's a pretty... I mean, I'm surprised by Pretorius. He is... and also Luigi. I mean, he was really strong in the CFF event, as said, but like in SLI he seems to struggle, but it looks like it wasn't just that he grinded Interlagos and is now good. It seems that his pace carried over. He's got some momentum going for him. It's gonna be too late to join the championship fight for sure, but and Danico puts it in P3 with a 43.0. And, well, he'll have to hurry a little bit because there's 5 minutes and a half on the clock, and he has to go all the way, the 7 kilometers, back into the pits, and then get his car back out again, do it again, before he gets to set a lap time. So,
That's gonna cost him sure a minute just to go in the garage and get back out again.
Yeah, it's incredibly long. Pretorius also heads into the pit just now, so I think... I mean, he'll get out. Yeah, he'll get out in time. Yeah, he's fine. But, yeah, he's definitely fine. But maybe if someone has not managed their time, well, they will not get a third run in. Which would be a shame, of course.
Yeah, maybe Danny will be very close at getting a third run or a second.
Yeah. Someone who will definitely get a third run in is Astro Boys, because he is spun on his last run. and now he needs to... Well, he needs to improve a little bit. His first time was really good. It's a 43.2, but being 3/10 of pole still puts you in P6 here. So quite the competitive grade, and he has to improve if he wants to be able to be in contention with his teammate.
Yeah, I think he has the ability to do it. He's now about to start his flying lap. And also what I noticed, the first 10 positions, the top 10, are all separated by about 1 second and less.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, especially because Spa is such a long track. Like, lap times are so high. There's a lot of... Like, I mean, if you're quicker there, you have a lot of time to actually gain the lap time on someone who is not as skilled as you. So usually you would expect gap to go a little bit up here at Spa, but if you check that, it is just as you said, Light Cruiser is the last one within a second of Pretorius, and he's down in P10.
Yeah, now you can see almost everyone getting out for their last laps, and also I don't think Tipsy will get it. He's now about to get in the garage. He's gonna be very tight with timing, and also the McLaren of Bascodinho, I think. Yeah, the McLaren of Bascodinho getting out.
Yeah,
and now we're gonna see all the...
is fine, but Tipsy's in trouble, potentially.
Yeah, because he will also need to push in the outlap, and that's gonna cost him some wear and maybe some performance on the fast lap. And now we're gonna see the fastest laps going on, and I'm very hyped about that to see what the drivers can do.
Yeah, let's for a start watch Astro Boys, and oh, he backs off. He's invalidated his lap, but I could see that he was 2/10 up. But he of course has the comfort of getting a second run in, as he was that early on track for the third run, and now there's a...
Is he gonna go? Oh, he's gonna go for another one.
Yeah, he's gonna go for another one. He's conserved a little bit of his battery to the end, so he gets a second shot after he's been the first one. So Astro Boy's not out of the running quite yet. If he improves by 2/10, it will put him close to Copy,
who is also very tight with timing. He needs to get a very good outlap to make it to the starting finish line before the timer runs out. And Luigi is starting now his final lap.
The yellows in Sector 3, oh, that's just cars backing off. That's fine, you can see that on the minimap. So Luigi, first sector split, is he gonna be up? He's barely up, but Sector 1 is, to be fair, like a singular corner. So, you know, being 400s up is a start. And now he's gonna head in towards Sector 2, the most technical section of this usually very high speed
Down
track.
to second gear, that slow right-hander, which is very hard actually, very easy to spin while downshifting very aggressively.
Yeah, Brussels is a very difficult corner. It's off camber, and so just naturally the grip is just not there.
You see him going through the limits of the track, using every piece of tarmac he can't find. You see him going off the track.
Even. I mean, he's done exactly the same he's done last time out in Sector 2. So it's just a little bit of an improvement. He'll still be behind Danny unless he finds some time in bus stop. So let's check if he does. Imagine Astro will probably finish his lap by now. So Astro puts it in P2, just behind Pretorius. Luigi through bus stop. Can he improve by enough? His teammate is in P3 and he is in P5. So he has not managed to follow it up in the last sector. Still amazing qualifying from him. Where's Copy? Copy's on the Camel Straight. Pretorius is in Blanchimont, and he's half a tenth up on his time, so he might break into the 0.8.
Yeah, Light Cruiser is giving up on his lap. He didn't manage to make it on time. And JJ now about to cross the line. Let's see his time. Just improving and just putting himself on 10th.
also Pretorius didn't find any time in the last sector. So Pretorius stays on provisional pole. And the ones who can knock him down now are Danico and Copy. Potentially, both are in the Lefania chicane. At least that's what I think it's called. And Danico's up by 3/10. That will be pole by a landslide. But wow comes out and he puts a 42.8 into provisional pole for WoW. But I think Danny is on course for something even more impressive as he's ahead of Copy. So on track. So also Hugos will still get a lap in. Danny over the curbs in bus stop and coming across the line as a migrating host. Will hopefully not hinder that. He comes across. Oh no. Oh, he puts it in pole.
Oh.
That's amazing. And Copy, can he follow it up? Copy is second. And Hugos, where is Hugos? He heads into bus stop and it looks like he's gone very wide. And that's his run over Tipsy Wop, stays in P13. And Danico grabs a fantastic pole position in Spa.
Over 1/10 from Copy, and the top 5 under the 43s is just awesome. Seeing that, and you can see the difference Tier 2 and Tier 1 has between the times. Almost 1 second difference.
Yeah, I mean, Kutender would have qualified in P10 here. I personally would have qualified.
A class of.
I would have qualified between NJJ and Light Cruiser, so.
Yeah, and I would be about between Tipsy and Ocean, I think.
It's just so competitive nowadays, and showing it again. And I don't know if Danny has grabbed a pole position in SLR Tier 1 in the past, but he's certainly done it now, and it's glorious. And, unfortunately, I have to quickly do something. So I'm AFK for a minute. I'm sorry.
Yes, we see Danico with an excellent pole position, Copy following up. Wow, with also a very good time following by Pretorius, who didn't manage to grab the pole position. 4 and 5 for Mercedes, Luigi, Gary, Jensen, Hugos, and JJ is the top 10. Then we have Light Cruiser, a very poor performance from him, to be honest. Bascodinho, Tipsy, Ocean Chief, JK Project, Icewind, Max Blitz, and Bunch and Popo Gamer with no time. But the only difference, Popo Gamer is gonna start from P19 because he was disqualified, and I don't think he had any penalty at all. As we wait for Timo to come. Now the drivers are looking up for their strategies. Probably it's gonna be a soft medium. But we also have the safeguard, the new safeguard after the new patch, which is triggered very easily. And I think there will be one safeguard today, and we'll see many drivers compromising their strategies.
I'm back. Sorry for that. That had to happen. I'm sorry. So, we're still loading into the session, and I hope we get underway soon. Yes, just Java selecting the strategy. So, formation up is gonna go now. I don't think Danny has got a pole before, and of course this race is important for Copy because he needs to. I mean, Julian's not there, and the championship fight right now is Copy versus Julian. So if Copy is able to gain some good points today, that will be detrimental in the rest of the championship. And if Danny gets into the way of that, that's not going to be happy days for Copy.
Yeah, as we also getting very close to the end of the season, where the second half, and now the championship is starting to getting serious between Julian and Copy.
We've got 9 rounds to go, and this is one of them. And after that is 8. So yeah, championship. Now it just matters where you place relative to your championship rival. I do not really think anyone else is gonna come into the championship fight. Maybe if like WoW has a brilliant run of form, then he could, but it doesn't look too likely.
By the way, Overspeed joined the session.
Yeah, I guess he's
And
a
he's
reserve.
driving for Racing Point, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna fill the seat of Julian, who's not here for today's race, as a reserve. So we've got the 2 racing points from the back, of course, as Purple Gamer has been disqualified. What's wrong?
The lobby will be restarting because there's massive lag and overspeed to the seat also.
Okay. So, yeah, you just heard we're gonna get a new lobby, the drivers will disconnect. I think we're gonna go into starting soon screen for a little time, and then we'll see you back on the actual formation lap. Yeah, stay tuned. Spa. I was a little late because, of course, we had to put the grid together in the grid editor after we switched lobbies, but let's hope that everything's gonna go stable now, and let's hope we can go racing and enjoy some 22 laps of Spa, one of the best racing tracks on the calendar, in the opinion of many drivers, and I'm one of them. I like Spa a lot. There's a lot of overtaking to be done here on the long Camel Straight, of course. It's a very powerful DRS zone, and then you have to fight your way up and down the Ardennes to stay within that DRS range. So anyways, one thing we haven't really brought up because it's not really that well, it is important, but it's not that versatile, is the strategy. We've got different tire strats. I hope that works. You should see on screen a brand new tire graphic, but one of the components of that is out of the window now, and that is the fact that, of course, because we've got a new lobby now, everyone is on fresh tires. There's no tire wear on any of these. Normally carries over from qualifying, but it doesn't here, of course. New lobby. So the softs are gonna last a little bit longer at the start of the race, and that's now look, of course, the top 10 had to start on softs. And then we've got Light Cruiser, Tipsy Bob, GK Project, Iceman and Bans on mediums. Iceman's qualifying is surprisingly poor, but I think he qualified on mediums. I don't really know why. He likes to do that, but I think he would have been better off just putting in all of his pace and going for the top 10.
Yeah, maybe he will try to go from medium to soft, and what I wanted to say before was that sometimes the second place has the advantage, because if you manage to stay right behind the first car going up to Radion, you'll have a great advantage with the slipstream that you're getting, even from Eau Rouge.
Yeah, it's
we have
true.
seen it. We have seen it also in the IRL Formula.
Yeah.
With Vettel doing it two times, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna be shouting, and here comes Capri!
Yeah,
in my best
that's a signature. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see if that's gonna happen. Also, of course, a signature thing of Spa is that the first corner is a little bit of a coin flip sometimes. There can be some bad crashes happening, of course, lately.
Yeah, because it's very tricky, because it starts to widen and then it narrows.
Yeah, so let's hope everyone gets through unscathed. I'm gonna have a look at copy. Maybe you look a little bit at the back of the grid to see if anything happens. An update on us on that. So, right now, copy's got the outside. So for turn 1, I think Danny Coe, if he doesn't get a bad start, should have it all under control, but of course down the hill, as you said, through Eau Rouge, and that's a terrible oh, I love everything about these camera angles. Ah, thank you. Okay, amazing. So, we got 5 red lights, and we grow green in Spa. It looks like a good start from Danico. I think he's gonna keep the lead. Never mind, Copy is already alongside. Is he gonna swing it around? Yes, a very conservative start from Danico indeed. Wow is already getting involved, the two Mercedes behind, and Wow is already on the charge against Copy. So they are gonna run side by side towards Eau Rouge, but Wow yields. So Danico keeps the lead for now, but Wow with massive overspeed on the Williams car of Copy, but can Pretorius get himself involved into that? So Danico is, I think, isn't under attack at all. So Wow on the inside of Copy. And Astro Boy's on the outside of his team, and we've seen two Mercedes doing funny things here, IRL already, but these two keep the respect up and give each other space. Luigi slips through and splits the Mercedes cars.
Bans off track.
Bans off track, so he's down into last place, and that's not the start he wanted. Light Cruiser got himself into the top 10 already on the medium, so good start from him. But right now, at the front, Danico leads Copy after the first half of a lap, and Wow looks closer to Copy than Copy looks to Danny.
Oh, and ZK Project got a very bad exit, trying to overtake Tipsy Bomb, and now Icewind is gonna try to go around down the inside. ZK Project will have the inside on the next turn, and he manages to keep that position. Icewind goes off track there, and now we'll have the inside line, but ZK Project wants to keep that position. That's a great battle between the two of those guys, and JJ hits the wall. I think it was the Red Bull, and the side by side.
Yeah, he's getting tipsy, isn't he?
Yeah,
So, it's gonna be the position for Tipsy, but I have to look a little up front so we don't miss anything here. A little bit of a tap between Wow and Copy. The two certainly make contact and bust up the Constantino effect, bringing the cars closer together than ever. And so the first lap is done, and that is already quicker than I go in race pace. Amazing. Anyway, so Wow keeping his cool in P3, and Luigi is also in the mix. Hugo's very close to Jensen, relatively close. Jensen is he's getting swamped lately by the others. He's been right at the front when he joined SLR, but over the time the grid has just improved so much in quality that Jensen has kind of lost out, but at least now he gets to battle in the middle of the grid, and he gets to take advantage of the amazing midfield we've got here.
Yeah, very good start from everyone. Everyone got out clean.
Oh,
No
someone goes
pressure
straight,
at all.
that's Luigi! And that doesn't end too badly, he's just losing out to Astro Boys. If Astro Boys gets to hang into the DRS of Pretorius, and Luigi
And
stays...
he's up with Jensen and he has damage. Jensen has damage.
Jensen's damage. Oh, that's huge, yes, the left wing.
Goes wide.
It's the left wing is destroyed. So that is a loss of downforce for Jensen. The race not getting off to a good start. Might even consider pitting for Hartz at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if their tires are gonna last this long, but it's a risk he maybe have to take to keep his race hopes alive. Side by side goes back.
Light Cruiser going up the inside. The two of them know each other very well from their Dutch league, and Light Cruiser takes the position. So P8 from him, great stuff, and also Bascadinho and Gary O'Connor on the way past the Dutchman whose car is damaged, and we've lost
JJ.
someone. And JJ, well, he's down to P20 now.
And he's going.
Yeah, he's probably gonna pit, isn't? No, he's not. Oh, he is, yeah. He is pitting, so we've got our first pit stop. It's NJJ, and it wasn't a voluntary either.
Copy's managing to
Overspeed.
be behind Danny Cole, and now with the DRS he's gonna get even closer, followed by Wow and Praetorius. And now he's getting very closer to Copy as the top four have put themselves into a group.
And down, I mean, everywhere on the grid there's fights, as this was the first run with DRS, and oh, Gary! That is a very naughty look on the inside of Jensen, but everything goes well for Brussels here. Coming through no name, and I think Bascadinho wants to get past. Yes, Astro Boy's disconnect, so he's probably got internet or PC issues, and that's gonna demote him because Luigi gets that position off of him, so he has to close the 2.7 seconds now, Luigi, but if he does that, he's in a great position.
Yeah, and it's Wow very close to Copy. Now with the slipstream,
Yeah, up
he's
front.
much faster.
He looks quick, and yeah, Lacroix of course getting past the disconnected car, but Danny Cole looking very, very solid up front there in his Ferrari, and yeah, he looks on top of the game right now. At some point, the question is, can he hold the others back for long enough? That's an amazing lap time from Danny Cole, 47 flat.
Yeah, their pace are just awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. So now with the open wing.
Wow, got a
Can-
very nice exit out of Radion.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna challenge Copy here with the DRS, and Danny Co's probably conserving his battery because they're getting closer and closer to the Ferrari. I think he's saving his battery, or he's
And that helped Copy to get away from Wow.
actually Jensen and Light Cruiser are fighting. Yugas has made his way past Luigi. Light Cruiser and Jensen still side by side. One of them has medium tires, one of them has front wing damage, so both are a little bit at a disadvantage compared to a normal running car. Lock up by Light Cruiser. Can Jensen avoid that? He can, but maybe now Gary O'Connor will go through, maybe side by side through No Name, but everything goes fine. Also, Bascadinho into Pujon on Gary, and he makes that one stick. Nice move from him, brave enough, and he gets rewarded. Astro Boys is in the meantime dropped down to P14. He's got hands full to do now, as his lag has put him on the back foot.
Yeah, what a start by Light Cruiser, already up to P7, and with the better strategy probably he will have the soft tire going to through the last stint, and if he manages to keep the same consistent pace he's having right now, he may contest the win, but he's pretty far though.
I mean, yeah, winners of course, he's got a lot to do for that, and he would need the guys up front to get into each other's way and fall over each other's feet and slow down with that. But he's certainly not out of the equation, because his first 4 laps basically went perfectly to plan. So a podium probably a little more realistic, but he's still in the running for it. Never count him out just because he's currently running in P7.
And now the top 3, wow, doesn't manage to.
Oh, Jensen's past Light Cruiser again. That was on. Yeah, that happened on the main straight. Also, Luigi's. Oh, you
lost the back!
And he goes full on into the wall, but the car's completely fine. Now he has to rejoin, and that is between Light Cruiser and Basket. He splits the 2 McLaren, and look at that Red Bull darting around in the background. Gary wants past, but he can't. And now Bascadinho, Hugo's almost leaning onto that side pod. Next one's a left hand, and now they run to Pujon. Great run from Hugo. Can he put it down the inside? He will need a lot of bravery, but I think he's got it. Running side by side. That is amazing racing. They're still running. I didn't think you could do that too. Yeah, I didn't think you could go too wide there, but they just did it. And Bascadinho finally gives up and gives P8 to Hugos. So Hugos with a decent recovery. Iceman also on his way through on the medium tires. He's not managed to do as well as Light Cruiser has, but he has got a good first stint so far, and now maybe taking another position off Gary. Also, should keep an eye on Wow and Copy.
Yeah, Hugo's his car.
His car's fine. He hit the wall, rearwards on, and now actually Popo Gamer sneaks his way past Iceman as Iceman was looking at Gary. He didn't look his mirror enough, and now the racing point is passed. And I'm gonna switch to the top runners right now, but I think, yeah, Bascadinho's just made a pass on Hugos there, you can see that. Anyways, up front, what's gonna happen here?
Again, a very good exit from Wow, but Danico's saving battery, and now it's allowing Kopi to get very close to him. He's gonna play a very good defense and keep the first position. That's well played from Danico.
Bascadinho passes his teammate Light Cruiser. That's amazing stuff from him. And Popo and Hugos are still not done fighting, and Hugos has to go straight there. It doesn't go well with Lecom for the 2nd time in a row for the young Japanese driver. And down to P14, so he drops slowly out of contention after an incredible race last time out in Hungary. Things are falling apart for him.
Yeah, he lost the back of the car last lap, and from now on.
And yeah, the two are fighting, and that's weird. I thought they were gonna let Bascadinho run away because he's got the he's got the soft tires on their teammates. So I expected that to happen, but obviously I was wrong. We've got yellows somewhere, but no one seems to be off.
He spun, I think.
Who?
And JJ spun, I think.
Potentially, yeah. He is down in last. So, oh, Danico with a 5-second penalty! That's huge! And he starts weaving in disbelief, but he probably cut bust up there. That gives you 5 seconds, and that's I mean, that just completely ripped him out of the fight for P1. It's Gary and Popo fighting over P9. Popo on the way through after a relatively disappointing qualifying, and now the Red Bull is the next. Hugos goes into the pits, even though his car didn't look damaged. It's pretty early. And also worth noting is the fact that Danico's got way less battery than Copy. Now Copy makes a move for the championship lead once again. He's gone on into P1 and Hugo's for tires. So Copy is now leading from Danico, who's got a penalty. And then it's Wow. So Wow will need to get past Danico soon enough. He'll get past in the pit stops because of the 5-second penalty for sure. But if he wants to stay within Copy's range, he needs to do it sooner rather than later.
And also Praetorius following behind. He's very calm, but he's saving battery. And he's patiently waiting to attack, to find the opportunity to get in front, to get in the podium places. And now Danico lost his pace after that penalty was given to him. But he's still trying to keep close to Copy. And that's what he's doing right now.
He's had an amazing start to the race, but unfortunately, things look like they are on the down for Danny after that penalty, which is, I mean, a little bit ridiculous. But the problem is, you know, I mean, there's an easy way to dodge these penalties, and that is to, you know, not leave the track. And unfortunately, he didn't do that, so it's the 5 seconds. And Copy maybe. I mean, this lap he definitely did manage to do it, but maybe if we can drain him out of DRS, ERS or something, he might be able to get out of the DRS window, and that would be huge for him. But this lap is the one where I think Wow has to get through. Jensen pits.
Luigi also pits.
We're getting our first pit stops of the race. So, Vance also with the same penalty. He's got one earlier for normal track extension, and now he gets a 5-second slam dunk one in bus stop. It's happened to me in practice, so I know how that goes. It's not fun, I can tell you.
Basco Degno also with the same penalty, but he was on Radion. Now we're gonna see the soft tire starting wearing off as Astro Boys got past Icewind.
Yeah, nice job. I think we're at the point where the mediums are actually an advantage over the softs. So, because of the tire wear, and Astro does well to defend his place. That keeps his car right in Icewind's face, so no coming through before the fin.
Yeah, very close Astro Boys and Icewind, and also Wow got very close to Danico. And on the back we have JK Project, who is up to 11th, trying to get close to Max Blitz, followed by Bunch and Luigi, who is on the first medium set. Also Popo Gamer, Jensen, Gary, Ocean, all of them with a new set of medium tires, and the two McLarens are very close to each other. But I think, yeah, now Light Cruiser starting to saving.
Ooh, that was the top guys going into the pits there. It's the top 4 who all pit, and of course Danico's gonna lose out massively on that pit stop because he's being held in the background. You can see only now the mechanics start working on his car, as the others are far gone already. So Danico demoted to P4 at best, and that's gonna sting after his first ever SLR pole. He's never won a race in SLR. I'm sure he would have won.
Tipsy Bumpy Praetorius will go side by side up to Radion, down to Horus. Let's see what's gonna happen. Excellent move by Tipsy.
I'm getting anxiety attacks. What are you doing, guys?
And also Bascadena with Luigi were very close.
Yeah, it was brilliant stuff from Tipsy. Pretorius is not going to be very happy, but Tipsy does what his teammate will want him to do, because he is the second driver in Renault, and if he can get that Mercedes to fall off the back of his teammate, wow, I'm sure he'll gladly sacrifice a little bit of his lap time and give his German teammate a little bit of an easier time. Of course, it's easy if you don't have anyone in your mirror to pay attention to, and that's exactly what Tipsy Bob is serving Wow with right now.
Yeah, you can also see the red light flashing at the back of the car of Tipsy. He is saving arrest. He will try to back off Praetorius, and he also Wow opened a gap 1.6 seconds. That's very good job from Tipsy.
Yeah, it's that was so important, and he pulled through with that. And of course, I mean, the frustration for Pretorius must be huge, but you can understand why Tipsy did it. He didn't just do it in spite because he he wants to ruin Pretorius' race or anything. He just did it because his teammate is up there, and he can help him a lot with that. But I imagine he's going to be sitting duck with the DRS. Maybe, if I was tipsy, I'd just accidentally outbrake myself into turn 1 to secure the DRS, but he doesn't do such things. And Iceman has gone wide in turn 1, so he's lost some positions. He's going to move over for... He's gone into the endurance pit. Iceman, you're fine over there, buddy. What are you doing? That's lost him like 6, 7, 8 seconds.
I think
More.
he's...
Yeah, that's not the pit lane, I'm sorry. Cool.
I think he's been playing a lot of Assetto Corsa GT3 cars.
And he gets a 10-second penalty for being off track for too long. And that has put him out of the race effectively. He's not going to be anywhere with that. It's cost him, like, with a penalty, like 25 seconds, I imagine. So all the way down to P15 goes Iceman. He's probably going to finish behind his teammate Ocean Chief.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a strategic decision from him, and he just want to try and back off Max Blitz to Ocean.
I don't think so. But I don't have a better explanation myself, so... Oh wait, I'm actually blind. When did WoW get past Copy? Did he comment on that? Did I miss that? Oh dear. Yeah, I'm a great commentator, by the way, in case you didn't know. And with Luigi, our GK project has gone into the pits, or has he? No, wait. Oh, he's just lost positions. I thought he's pitted because he lost multiple positions, but he's actually probably made a mistake and is down to P11 right in front of his temporary teammate in Jensen, that is. And Jensen's gonna get past the reserve driver, and WoW puts in an incredible 46.4, I think. So, yeah, amazing blistering time at the front. And he's gonna be able to harvest some energy this run through Camel Straight with the DRS Light Cruiser's gonna give to him.
And Danik also very close with Tipsy. He will try to go around the outside, going up the Radion, and he will get past very early. A nice win retires from the session, I think.
Yeah, so we've had
We could see that coming.
While we saw that little bit, the tail end of Tipsy versus Danny, we also saw that WoW has made the move stick on Light Cruiser, but Copy's not been able to follow through. So maybe if WoW plays his hand right now, and Light Cruiser is enough of a roadblock, maybe that is the possibility he's been waiting for all race, to get out of that DRS window, or to get Copy out of that DRS window. Maybe. It depends. If I was Copy here, I'd be desperate to get past Light Cruiser coming through Blanchimont.
Yeah, now Copy is being held up by Light Cruiser.
Yeah, massively. It's 0.8 of a second you need to go past now. He's out of the DRS window technically. And now with the DRS he does as I suggested. He goes to the outside of Blanchimont on Light Cruiser. Williams versus McLaren. And he's made that stick, but it's 1/10 too much in the gap. Maybe he can hang on to the DRS of WoW. It all depends how that bus stop goes. I think he's just outside of it according to the intervals. He is, yes, no DRS for Copy. And that is huge for WoW. It is just over a second. If he gets that source absolutely right, and Copy will try everything to get it right himself, maybe WoW has cleared Copy from DRS. This is gonna be so close, but I think he has done it, so maybe WoW will be able to run away with this.
Yeah, let's say Copy is also a very fast driver, and he will do everything to get in that DRS zone, but you can see no DRS. Even that very little slipstream may help Copy to get closer to WoW, but he's still at the edge of the window with 9-10.
So, yeah, I agree. The problem Copy is facing right now is also the fact that he completely ran out of battery on that long straight. I think he might just be able to hang into the DRS, and that's very important. But if he doesn't do it now, then he is in trouble, because he doesn't have any DRS to back an attack up, and if this one attempt to get into the DRS fails, then he can't chase WoW anymore, and I think WoW will be able to win this race. Because WoW's got 40% and Copy's got 20%, and he's using all of that on every straight they get to, and it's so important how he does it now. It's still barely over a second. Desperation must set in for Copy. Gayella is in sector 2. I don't quite know why.
I also don't know, I think it was GK Project who lost a lot of positions coming
Yes,
out of the
P17.
pits. And he put on hards, he didn't put on softs.
That's weird. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see Copy on WoW here, and it is 1.2 seconds now, and he's got 14% battery, and I can tell you for sure that's not gonna be enough on the main straight. And if no miracle happens, then Copy's got the high, then WoW's got the high ground here on Copy, and set himself up to win this race.
You can see he will try to use every percent of ERS remaining, but he's very low percentage, and also WoW about to run out. He's at 20%, but Copy's has a bigger problem.
Yeah, he's saved a little bit in comparison to WoW, because WoW, of course, knows the stakes. He knows if he keeps it out of DRS now, he doesn't give that free tow and ERS drain to Copy, and that is going to be detrimental if he wants to win this race. And it looks like he's getting away by like around 0.2 of a second per lap, which is not a lot, but it's going to be enough if he keeps him at a distance. It looks like he's able to.
Yeah, let's see. The gap is now 1.3, 1.4 seconds. It is stable though, but it's out of DRS, so yeah, let's see. Copy managed to save some ERS on this back straight, but also WoW has managed to save some, and you can see the gap.
Yes, solid 10%. WoW has got more than Copy, and the gap is at 1.1. That is quite huge for this race. So Light Cruiser pits, and Copy is, I mean, he's not gonna be in DRS. WoW is managing that gap, and I think he's keeping Copy at a distance where if I was Copy, I would use my ERS to try and get into the window, but it's just not gonna be enough. And that's how it goes. He's entering that straight on 11%, but Copy also only at 13. So maybe, I mean, Copy has been really good at saving his ERS over the last 2 laps. Maybe he's gonna be able to even the fight out, and then sneak himself up back into the ERS window, or the DRS window, and then do something with the ERS. As Bans leaves the session as he pulled into the pits.
He didn't retire though, so
yeah, it's weird. Yeah,
we'll see how that will go, as Light Cruiser came very close with his teammate coming out of the pits, and Luigi is up to P6.
Actually, someone we've not talked about at all, it's Popo. He's managed to...
Yeah, I was going to say
yeah,
that.
yeah, I mean, he has done the reverse strategy, I think, and it's worked a treat for him because he's now in P5. He just snuck his way through. I mean, he's come from all the way back on the grid. If he's going to finish like that, I think, for once, Driver of the Day is not going to be a complete pain, because he's done very well today.
Yeah, you can see how patient he was at the start. He managed to get some position and he got the strategy work. Also, Copy managed to balance his DRS, and he's close to WoW's DRS, which is now at 28%, going up to Radion. And Jensen very close to Luigi. Let's see, are we going to have a side-by-side in Aarhus? I don't think so, but...
maybe. I mean, Jensen is very close, but the way I think Jensen would do this is wait for Radion and then open his DRS on the Camel Straight and maybe get past Luigi that way. So, he's in the slipstream, tucked in behind the Williams, open wing, And
Luigi is saving the ARS.
that's gonna go well for him. So Jensen up into P6, and now Luigi is in the position where he can let Jensen pull him.
And Astro Boys, Gary, Astro Boys will get the position around the outside in the end of the Camel Straight. Great move.
It's a good job from him after that massive lag that has put him on the back foot. I believe that there's probably something to be said for penalties between Jensen and Luigi, because I think I remember Jensen getting penalties but not Luigi. So maybe that was...
GK Project pit it again for softs.
Aw.
He cut hard. I don't know, is he gonna get the fastest lap? We'll see. But yeah, Wimpy, that is true. From P20 actually. P20 to P5.
Yes.
Oh,
An incredible drive. Maybe you can quickly check in the penalty tracker if that was a quali ban or if he just genuinely managed to get DQ'd in qualifying.
I checked it, he didn't have any.
Okay, well, I mean, then he's just binned it, and he's just done a brilliant job right now. I mean, that's incredible. That almost makes me a little bit sad, because I would have wanted to know what Popo would have qualified had he been able to put a lap in. Because of the pace he's going right now and the way he sliced his way through the field, it would certainly have been interesting to see where he could have come out.
The crowd wants to see the tires, Timo.
Oh, right.
I think so.
I hate the crowd. Anyways. No, so...
Timo, no, I'm joking.
We've got the tires. It's all fine. We're all going to be okay. I just genuinely forgot it this time. But... So we've got 1.2 seconds up front, and actually Astro Boys has passed Bascadinho on the main straight. I imagine it was just a standard DRS move. Jensen's getting closer to Popo, so maybe something will work for Jensen here if he gets into the DRS, and looks like he can. And also, almost in the DRS is Copy. It is, oh, he might be in DRS here. He saved some battery. He's at 30% and WoW is at 43%. So just ahead in the RS management is WoW, but it doesn't help you, because if Copy gets into the DRS window on
WoW's on overtake. WoW's on overtake mode, so he will pull out, and we can see very close. 1 second. I don't think he got it. Yeah, he didn't get it.
Oh,
wow,
dear. I think he's fine for the start-finish straight, but on the back straight, maybe a different story. So no DRS yet. The mailbox slit doesn't open on the rear wing of Copy. But, and that looks to me like a second, but maybe with a good run from WoW. No, I think Copy's got it. I'm pretty sure he's got it, so now he can try and get a little bit closer.
He did get it.
He has DRS, so the fight for the win is on between Copy and WoW.
Wow.
And now he can save a little bit. That must have been that was so important for Copy, and he's getting visibly close. And now he can save some ERS and maybe go for a move on P1 on the last laps of this race.
Light Cruiser is challenging Luigi in the Camel Straight. They're side by side. Luigi's gonna go defensive into the inside line, but Light Cruiser will get.
Yeah, nicely from Light Cruiser. Of course, Light Cruiser's job now is to get through the field on that soft tires. We said don't count him out early. He's running the reverse strategy, and I think he's gonna be a threat to Jensen and Popo. Maybe P5 is within the realms of possibility. But
yeah, you can see how much it was a boost, not only in the pace of Copy, also mentally. He was boosted mentally when he got the DRS, and you can see 4/10 already.
Yeah, this was so important. It's been a massive game changer in this race, and now with WoW running very low on ERS, I mean, so the way it will work now is that WoW has to use some DRS to be able to defend from Copy on the Camel Straight, because
they're both saving at it.
Yeah, because otherwise, if he doesn't save, oh, there has been a spin from Gary O'Connor that puts him into P12 behind Tipsy. But what I was getting at is, that if WoW doesn't use ERS to defend from Copy, then Copy can just go through. But Copy, on the other hand, can control when he wants to attack and when not. So he's gonna stick it in engine mode 0, but it doesn't matter. He goes for the lead. WoW basically gives that position away. And that is the lead for Copy. Now the tables have turned a little bit, and Gary O'Connor retires from the session in the pits. So he doesn't fancy continuing after that race. Another disaster for Red Bull. NJJ, of course, having left already, and Jensen has passed Popo on the main straight. So Jensen going all out late into that race and showing he's got some very good pace. Luigi, meanwhile, dropping down the order a little bit behind Astro now in P9.
You can see the top two saving so much ERS. They're up to 50%. They're gonna use it all in the last laps, as the 5 laps remaining for this awesome Grand Prix today to finish.
Luigi with a penalty as well. Yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it here, but I mean, so Copy is of course not used a singular piece of ERS for that.
Neither WoW.
Move, and now, oh my god, Copy is slowing down so much because he wants that DRS on the next lap, but WoW won't make a move because why would he? He would just give away the DRS, and that is incredible. Now both of them have got equal batteries, but the problem for Copy is that WoW has got the DRS, and that gives him so much of a boost and allows him to charge his battery.
And no one is using the ERS. Wow, you can see their mind is pretty clear. They know what they're doing. They will keep the ERS, but now WoW on the hot lap. He went on the hot lap for 1 second. He will try to get past Copy.
What a run!
He will do it very early before the braking zone.
And that is a nice move done for WoW as he re-enters the lead of this Grand Prix. And the question I have now is, are they just gonna swap positions every single lap? Because I would just try and be behind on the last lap. Lap 22, Camel Straight, running out Bradayon. I want to be behind whoever the other driver is and try and get that done this way. So, and Light Cruiser has passed Astro Boys, so his softs prove to be very strong, and he goes into P7. Oh wait, he wasn't P7 before. Yeah, he was in P7. So actually Astro passed him temporarily, but it's reversed now.
And if you can see, Copy is almost at 90% of ERS. Great work from Copy.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if WoW uses his ERS here, then Copy is just gonna, you know, hang back and use the DRS to stay close, so it's an absolute waste of energy. And a similar way if... oh wait, we've got a safety car!
Wow!
Oh, the
So
speed
is
retired!
the race?
No,
The race gonna finish behind the safety car or not?
I'm pretty sure it can't. And Ocean Chief gets a penalty! That's sad, but I think it's gonna come in like last lap. That is the latest safety car I've ever seen, and that is Overspeed who caused that. And actually, can you please check the penalties and warnings for like the top 5 or 6? Because that's gonna be so important with a bunched up field.
WoW has 2 warnings. Copy's at 1 warn. Praetorius.
The creeping realization because
Jensen has a penalty, so maybe Bobo Gamer will be able to get up to P4.
Who, Jensen's got one? Okay. Yeah.
And Light Cruiser also, I mean, he does not have any penalties.
Yeah, Light Cruiser, Jensen's in trouble because with a bunched up field, the 3 seconds do so much, and I don't think he's able to shake Popo and Light Cruiser out of the penalty range, so I think Jensen might drop 2 positions here, but... wait, where's Danny go? Oh, Danny's pitted! Danny's down into P11, the pole sitter, and I think that's a mistake because you're gonna get, I think, 1 or 2 laps of green flag racing. I think only 1. I can't imagine the safety car coming in this lap. I think it's gonna come in next lap. So that would be 1 lap of green flag racing without the funny DRS. So
well, that ruined everything for Copy. He was managing it so well, and I think the safety car ruined everything for him.
Yeah, I think so as well, because he was in that great position where he could just follow Wow and then strike on the last lap and get that, get him with that DRS, and amazing lag by the safety car, by the way. So he was in that great position. Oh, safety car in this lap. Never mind. That's the shortest safety car I've seen. I guess it's just.
I see Bunts, the Alfa Romeo of Ocean, Max, JK Project, Bunts. They're very far from the from the other drivers. Yeah.
Most of them are disconnected though, so they weren't gonna score anyways. So now Danico's got 2 laps to make his way through the field, and Max spills. Well, I mean, he was in P13 anyway, so that's not gonna hurt too much. GK Project has the same fate, but he's in P14. And
yeah, as
GK Project
said, 2
again.
laps, no DRS.
What is GK Project doing? Is he cutting to get through the field without knowing that you can now get penalties and safety car? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Anyway, so we're gonna get 2 laps of flat-out green flag racing, and there's a collision between Light Cruise and Popo! Maybe that's gonna be taken off. Anyway, so green flag racing for the last 2 laps of this race. Copy behind Wow. And if I was Wow, I mean, there's not gonna be any DRS. So this is just no games, just pushing. And Luigi and Bascadini are already trading positions. Are we gonna get a side-by-side run up Eau Rouge? I think that's what we're gonna get. Oh, Luigi is the one to blink. Bascadini's dead! That is a massive crash for the Belgian, for the Dutchman. And that is him out of the race atop Radillon. Brutal crash. Danico's already picked up 2 positions here. Great stuff.
Car at the moment.
Yeah, so P8 for him. Yeah, I don't think that can be a safety car on the last 2 laps. So, Copy super close to Wow.
Ooh, they almost touched.
And Pretorius struggling to hang on. Sorry, go on.
But he's still on P3, but followed by Jensen and Popo. He needs to stay between 3 seconds to
actually,
get promoted.
And Astro Boys has passed Light Cruiser. The second McLaren goes off track. I think Light Cruiser's lost the front wing. Tipsy, what an incredible drift from him. Yeah, Light Cruiser's front wing is completely demolished, and Danico cuts over the grass and he rejoins. Absolute madness on the last laps of this race. Tipsy Bob is gonna come through the order here because Light Cruiser's car is completely damaged, and he's gonna get through easily here. So Tipsy up into P8, and we're gonna have a look up front because this is super important. How close can Copy get on that final run of the Camel Straight bus stop? Braking as close as he can. Last lap indeed. 7 kilometers and 4 meters to go. Final lap of the 13th race of the season, and the fight for the win is on.
Let's see now. Wow, Copy very close.
But I think Wow has potentially got it. Tipsy's dropped down a little bit more. But so final time Camel Straight. Final time Camel Straight, and I don't think Copy can do it. But Danico could probably... Oh, Luigi gets a penalty. And Pretorius is under attack from Jensen, actually. So nothing moving at the front. But Jensen moves into P3. Amazing stuff. But he's got the penalties against him. So he's going to drop down the order. But it's probably P5 for Jensen. But he's going to finish on the podium on the roads. Danico threw away a lot because he's now in P7. Behind Astro Boys. And that's going to be the last driver he needs to... Or he can probably overtake. And up front, Wow knows that there's no real overtaking zone.
Using every milliliter of battery they've got, you can see Copy on overtake. And now Wow will try to save some ERS going to the final straight.
Yeah.
And into the last chicane of the race.
Bus stop is the last shot. Luigi passes Light Cruiser because Light Cruiser's car is demolished. Jensen and Pretorius are out of this. Danico might pass Astro Boys. But I think Wow has got it.
Copy's too far.
Yeah, he is too far. Pretorius may be making a move on Jensen. And now that's way too far for anything happening. So I think Wow is going to win this race after an incredible performance. Down the order a little bit. We've got Pretorius and Jensen fighting, but Wow wins. And oh no, another penalty for Jensen. Wow, wins in Spa. Copy P2. Then it's Pretorius. Popo sneaks into P4 with an incredible drive. Danico from his first pole doesn't go on to win the race, but he goes on.
Oh, Oceano's in the 10th and side by side there.
But he drops because of the
But he's fallen
penalties.
down.
Oh, that was. My
What
voice
a
can't
race.
take this. It was incredible. I loved everything about this race.
Wow, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing.
The last laps with the safety car.
A little bit sad that we didn't get Julian in this race, because I think he would have spiced that fight up for the lead a little bit more. But I mean, Copy and Wow, incredible drives and well-deserved winner, Wow. And Copy taking 18 points over Julian, who didn't show up. So, yeah, Julian, if you want to win the championship, come around. You're missing some great racing.
Yeah. Copy at least managed to get some points onto the championship.
It's very important. If your rival's not there, pick up every point you can get, and I mean, Copy did so today. And
I think driver of the day, clearly it's gonna be Popo.
yeah, I agree. Coming from 20th on the grid, coming only 3.5 seconds. Of course, that was also the safety car, but 3.5 seconds from the win. Amazing drive from the Dane, and wonderful performance. Also good drive from Tips, you get some points. Luigi has dropped a little bit in the race. Danny also probably disappointed with the finish, but his pace was stellar. And before he got that 5-second penalty, it was well within the range of possibility that he would be able to contest for the win of this race. I think we're gonna cut the interviews a little bit shorter today, because the re-lobbying and the waiting at the start cost us some time. I think we're gonna do one interview still, if someone is up for it, but if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Of course, we've got Jensen and Luigi in the channel, but they...
Jensen wants to be interviewed. I see him writing in the chat, so...
Does he?
Yeah, he's typing in the chat on YouTube to be interviewed, so I'm gonna move him.
Okay. So then...
Hello,
let's
Jensen.
in Jensen.
Hey guys.
So, we've got Jensen here. It was... well, I think your past races were a little bit... nothing you are too fond of, I guess. But today was, apart from the penalties and the unlucky safety car that bunched the field up and in the end just hurt your shots at that podium. Apart from that, it must have been a good race. Like, how was it for you?
One big other detail, I had a yellow wing after 3 laps because I hit Luigi after he went wide. So I actually dropped back a little bit, but I could fight off Light Cruiser, Bescodino, those kind of guys with with a yellow wing. So that was quite good. But yeah, Luigi also picked up wing damage later. So yeah, we lost big time. And we got stuck in the group with Popo, Bascodino later, and those kind of guys. But yeah, when my wing was repaired, pace was actually pretty good. But then I picked the Yeah, I saw you
really flying through the yard. Like, in the second stint, I was thinking to myself, why is Jensen so quick? Didn't he like? Didn't he perform really poorly in the first stint? I wasn't aware of your wing. And
that was the fixed wing.
Suddenly you were just coming through. I mean. How did the battles go with everyone? Like, how did anyone hold you up in particular, or?
I didn't had one bad battle. I think with Light Cruiser it's always a bit aggressive, so it was a bit shoving around, but it was fine in the end. But yeah, what I actually enjoyed most about the overtakes is that I managed to outbrake everyone so much later. I mean, I knew Pretorius didn't have a penalty, still I went for it, just for a little bit of show in the last lap. But we were side by side, but I broke so much later than him. And yeah, those things I did enjoy. And yeah, of course, it sucks when you have wing damage straight from the beginning, because I know that I could drive back to the front with a little bit of help with a safety car, or if people start battling at the front. I knew I had pace to get back to the front. So of course it sucks a little that you get the wing damage, but at least I had fun recovering and battling some other drivers. So in the end it was fine, and it was, I think, for the public it was a spectacle.
It was pretty entertaining. So yeah, next week is gonna be Monza. Do you look forward to that? Are you even gonna drive? What's your status?
Yeah, I don't have football anymore because of Corona, so I'm definitely gonna drive. It's where I won the EGL tournament, so
it has a positive though.
It's a good track for me, so I'm definitely gonna be there. I might practice a little bit more as well this time.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe don't mess an entire field up on the safety car restart. Anyway, so
yeah.
Got good memories. It gave me like 3 positions when you did that last year in Monza.
Yeah, it was all for you.
Oh, thanks so much. Also, thanks that you came in for the interview.
Yeah, thanks guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, great race, and unlucky with the penalties. Maybe next week is gonna turn out even better for you, and let's hope you get a strong showing. So,
I mean, if I practice a little bit, it should be better.
Well, then practice. Do it.
Yes.
Show us.
Yes.
So.
Okay, I will.
See, let's think. Who could we drag in? I guess we're gonna do WoW and then Tipsy. And,
yeah.
That's it. So, we go on with our race winner WoW, who is now joining us in the commentaries booth. So, I mean, same as last week. It was. It's been an outstanding race, but it was a lot closer than last week. I think last week you had like a good winning margin. This time, till the last lap, it wasn't quite clear how it went. And how was the race for you?
Well, it was pretty exciting and pretty fun to drive. I got a decent start, but decided to stay behind Danico and Copy for at least the first few laps, just to play it safe and see what happens later in the race. And then we decided to pit all together, which was pretty fun. And then Danico got stuck or something in the pit switch.
He had a penalty. He picked up a 5-second for cutting bus stop.
Ooh, that's a harsh one. Okay.
Yeah.
So that left me, Kopi, and Pretorius, but Pretorius was a little bit blocked by my teammate, unfortunately.
Wait, just to clear that up, after the pit stops you were still behind Copy, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid we didn't catch your first pass for the lead, and suddenly you were ahead, and was like, what happened?
Well, I think Copy just turned down his ERS and let me pass.
Okay.
And then we drove up to a light cruiser, and I managed to overtake him on the long straight, but Kobe didn't. So I had a 1 second gap for a few laps, but then it came down again. And
how intense was that? Because we saw that both of you were like running on almost 20% of DRS, and the gap was like 1.1, and we knew as soon as Copy was gonna get that DRS, it was wide open again for the lead. Like, how intense was that? Was it flat out pushing every single lap like in a qualifying, or?
Well, I wish it was, but I had to save some ERS, and I was also on a little bit of fuel managing. But it was pretty intense nonetheless, and as soon as it went down, it was even more intense. And then the safety car happened, and I don't know. I at the time I didn't know whether it saved me or it killed me. But he didn't have DRS after the restart. So, and I had I think I had less wings than him, so I was fast on the straights. And I could defend my lead and win the race.
Yeah, it was brilliant performance. Once again, it's almost to be expected at that point. So this has been your 5th race now, and I think you've only driven 9. So I think you've won a little bit more than half of your races. Are you gonna show up in Monza and try and keep that statistic, or are we not gonna see you next week?
No, I think I'll be there, especially since we have that situation around the world at the moment, where I'm pretty sure I'm there, and it's gonna be Slipstream Festival.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, today there were a lot of mind games around the DRS. I imagine at Monza it's gonna be even worse or better for them. It depends on your viewpoint.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So thanks a lot for the interview, and congrats again. And yeah, see you next week on track, hopefully.
Yeah, see ya.
So I think we've got time for one last interview, and for that I'm gonna drag in the man himself, and it is Mr. Tipsy Bob who gets.
Hey!
You're a bit loud. Hello.
Hey, hello, Timo.
Hello. How you doing? So I saw you finished all the points today. How did that feel? It must have been. It was some time, wasn't it?
Well, I thought you were going to say, how did that happen?
Well, that is the implication, but I didn't want to be rude.
You're
I mean,
just
I
being
did want
polite.
to be, but I don't think it's the thing to do on stream. But
I
I
mean,
can't forget it.
After all the contact that we've had, Timo, you don't need to be polite to me anymore.
Yeah, but it's on stream. Little children are watching. They,
Okay,
and they'll all
kitties.
insult their 35-year-old fellas and be nasty. So I'm gonna be nice.
Well, let me tell you, Timo, right?
How
Normally
good
after-
were you today?
I was absolutely brilliant, right? And even though I didn't win, which is unlikely, I'm really chuffed with today's race. That was a mega race, just for me personally, and just to be up with some of those top guys and battling them, going around Eau Rouge and stuff. Hopefully you caught it, and I hope, Timo, that you got the last couple of laps battle with Light Cruiser and Luigi and me and Chief.
Yeah, I'm afraid there was a fight for P1. I'm so sorry.
Man, that battle was mega.
We saw
I mean,
you
incredible.
running side by side through Eau Rouge at one point in the middle of
Yeah,
the
I was side by side with Light on the Rouge, and then Luigi on the Rouge, and then Pretorius with the Rouge. Oh, that was a big moment for the race. Whenever the pit stop came, WoW came out, and so did Pretorius.
Yeah,
They
we
were
saw
back-
that. Were you intentionally throwing yourself in there to make
I
the
was,
for
yeah.
copy?
100%. I seen WoW and then Pretorius, and I went, no way, I've got the overspeed, I'm going for this. And because I trust Pretorius, and I'm sure hopefully he trusted me, that I can, I'll not cut. What was that? I'm like, what was that? When have I ever killed someone by being a bow?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
No, I mean,
Come on.
I was just laughing at the fact that you were like, I trust you. That's why I'm going to ruin your chances for the win now. That was a little bit comedic to me.
Well, look, I trusted his ability not to kill me, and he must have trusted me as well because he didn't back out.
He sure wishes now he
and
had killed you.
I'm sure he did, yeah, and I nearly did die a couple of times that last lap, my goodness. But yeah, once I got in front of him, I was like, right, I'm not going to intentionally slow him down, but I naturally will, because one, he is faster than me, but two, my tires were much more mediums. I was coming up to pit stop anyway, so those last couple of laps, he was kind of getting forced back a little bit to give WoW a bit of a breather, and then of course he got me. And then the safety car came out, man, and then that just made everything 10 times more exciting. Light Cruiser, he had wing damage. He must have had wing damage because he was
crashed out of
really
the safety car with Popo, I think.
Yeah, he had mega damage, and initially I didn't anticipate this, so I had to get out of it. I had nearly locked up. I nearly slammed the brakes into the back of him, and then I went sideways. I hope you probably didn't get it, but it's the only race I didn't record. I forgot to record
I
it.
saw that you were very sideways for one more.
Oh, you got it!
I did. It was in the background, but I saw it.
Man, how I caught that is beyond me.
How that?
I nearly ripped it. I
Willos,
nearly.
as you're in the channel, you can give us the original. How'd I save that?
Oh, how'd I save that?
How did I save that? Tell you what, guys, I nearly ripped my wheel off the table trying to get that back. I was like, what? I was like, jeepers, and then I got. There was like a multitude of emotions went through my head within a split second.
Yeah.
It was like, holy F, and then a nice one, I caught it, and then how did I get that? And then okay, attack all at the same
Changed your
time.
underwear already?
Yeah, I'm kind of wet seat here.
Okay.
But then I was on to him, but then Luigi again caught up with me, and then there was a battle with Luigi, and then Chief, the cheeky bugger, trying to send it up the inside. So I was battling all these guys. But had I have known that they all had penalties, I wouldn't have bothered. But you know what? I'm actually glad that I didn't know they had penalties, because then I wouldn't have just sent it in there, and I wouldn't have had that battle. Like, as I've said to you before, a lot of the guys know that I don't really have a lot of interest in racing Formula 1 anymore. Normally after a race, I'm like, last again, oh well, and I just chuck my wheel to the corner.
I'm just gonna let Timo past again.
Yeah, I'm gonna that's how far I have dropped. I let my arch nemesis in season 1, I just let him go. But today, Timo, if you were on that track, oh no, was I not letting you pass.
Yeah,
No.
normally everyone gets in every interview with me, they get the same question about how next race is gonna be, but for you, it's still about next race. But how much % of this is down to you being... I think your workplace is closed now. And
well, it is officially closed, but hopefully the UK government are not listening. But I have to go in on Monday against all the regulations. But I have to go in on Monday. But then Monday, I am completely free for the next minimum of 3 weeks.
So how screwed am I tomorrow into a Sorrel?
If tomorrow's race is Spa and it's dry, then I would say, based on today's performance, you are really screwed, Timo.
So
proper screwed. Man, I was battling against some of the best.
What's better about you, your Spa performance or your humbleness?
Oh, I'm very humble.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But no, look, do you know what, guys? Timo, honestly, I'm not going to bother practicing tomorrow because today I did nothing. I did the Bance. The only thing is I think I came off a bit better than Bance did, because in qualifying, he died right in front of me, and I sent him a little message. Just when, do you know whenever he's like really low, when he's at that really low point that he hates the game, and as he said to me, it actively makes him unhappy. So he's already pretty low, and then in qualifying, he kills his Ferrari, right? To make matters worse, I pass him on the main straight, watching death, and just whenever he's at that lowest point in his life, I kick him when he's down, because I send him a little message saying, I witnessed death. I witnessed death on track today, and it was Bance. My goodness, what an instant he had. But yeah, without flaming Bance, I'm looking forward till tomorrow, Timo, to battling with you. Hopefully it's dry though, because if it's wet.
The problem is, I have succeeded at purchasing the pay-to-win pedals, and my muscle memory is completely gone, and I don't do a single lap without breaking myself. So I think you have an easy time.
The only thing is, I would say, Timo, is that I'm actually starting to enjoy Assetto Corsa.
Yeah,
so,
and that's so sad because I liked you as a commentator.
Well, you'll like me even better when you're watching me.
I don't like you finishing out of me. I don't like that. Anyways, what I do like is having you in for the interview, so thanks for that. And
well, hang on, you're not getting rid of me yet because I have a question to ask.
Huh?
Don't be getting rid of me just yet. I have a question to
but
ask.
You're the interviewed.
Oh, who cares? I've been doing this so long. I can ask you questions, all right?
Okay, go on then.
I'm not those kind of guys that go all quiet and yes, no, one question. I will speak. I have been given a platform and I will use it, Timo. All right?
Enough build up. Give me a question.
Question. What was my question? Oh my god, I forgot my question. Oh my god, I forgot my question. I can't believe I forgot my question. Oh wait, I remember now. Who got the driver of the day?
Popo Gamer.
For goodness sake, I was expecting you to give it to him.
Yeah, well, he came from P20 to P4.
Yes, but you have to consider the fact that he is exceptionally good at this game, whereas I am exceptionally trash. So to get that where I got in Tier 1 against some of these guys, I think I have driven out of my skin today. Well, who's on the channel with us? Is Milosh on the channel with us?
Of course.
Milosh, come on, son. You fight my corner here. Who do you think should have got driver of the day? Don't say Pope.
Well, the man with the bigger sex appeal, of course.
Oh, take me off.
He's underage. That's unfair. I don't
Please
know what
don't.
I don't know what I wanted to say with that. Anyway,
That
so
makes absolute no sense, Timo. And now I'm not gonna let you forget it. I'm gonna like flame you across the entire
I
street.
want to bring up one final interview guest because I've just been informed that he has indeed scored his first Tier 1 points, and that is Max Pilz. So we're gonna. You enjoy talking to Max Pilz. Do you want to interview him?
Yeah, all right then.
Okay, great.
I mean,
So
not like
he
you're-
is
not
on
like you're-
stream, and because Tipsy likes asking questions when he's not the broadcaster, he's gonna interview you now.
I mean, put me on the spot. Bonsoir, Max.
Bonsoir.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Comment ça va?
I'm so fucking mad.
Well, Max. Before I get to my question, because I don't have a question, so I need to stall for the moment to try and think of a question. See, that's the art of streaming. Whilst I was on the track today, I was kind of looking at your name, Max Splitz. Oh, Max Splitz. Well,
Did you realize
Max?
that he's not called Max Split?
Max, just Max, will do, right? Yeah. And I was thinking, do you know what? I think Max should be held up in high esteem in SLR Tier 1. And there's a reason, because whenever Max was in the lower divisions, right, and he had his assists on, he was clapping everyone, right? Max was pretty damn fast.
I was there. It wasn't fun.
Right? Max was a pretty big deal in those lower tiers, right? But he dropped his assists, right? And he's got to Tier 1 and he's sticking with it. And yeah, he's not getting the performances that he's used to, but he's sticking with it. And so I would like to see more people adopt the mindset of Max. With that being said, that leads me nicely into my off-the-cuff question, Max.
Yeah.
Today, after all that practice and all that endurance that you've gone through with no assists, today you have secured your first points in Tier 1. Tell us, how did your race go?
Well, normally right now it's still not confirmed, but I get my point.
Ocean Chief told me to interview you because you got your first point. I don't know. I hope you do.
Because basically I can't. Well, first to talk about the race to tell you the full process. Well,
your mic is making you very
yeah.
quiet a bit.
Yeah, right now I think it's maybe a bit better.
Yeah, it's good. It's good now.
Yeah. Well, like in Hungary, I thought I would get points, and then I was like, yeah, okay. No, it was pretty disappointing. But this race, I was like, I'm not expecting any point, but I just want to get better and better. And so the qualifying, I basically messed up completely, and I just stupid. I don't even want to mention it. But the race, my target was Chief. I was like, if I can follow him, then that means I basically got good, basically. So I kept fighting with you, Chief, and Chief is there? No. Yeah.
He's certainly watching, so.
He'll be listening.
So basically, I kept following Chief and fought with him and was even in front. And well, the race. I never felt so good in Tier 1 for this race. Never felt so good with my pace, with the way I acted. No too big mistakes. But at the end of the race, so I had 2 warnings for exceeded track limits. I was pretty aware of, and I knew that Ocean had 3-second penalty. So during the safety car, just at the end, I got a 3rd warning. But the game didn't give me 3 seconds as well. Normally intended, it gave me 10.
Yeah, I read that down there and I thought, well,
Yes.
that is
So
not great.
yeah, so I still kept pushing, and well, it was a bit bargy at the end in the last corner, I have to say. But I think it wasn't too bad from me, the action I did. And well, if I keep looking at the standings. And if I get only 3-second penalty, then I'm in front of Luigi. So that means I'm P9. But yeah. Well, the good thing is still I never be so close. And it was, I think, for this race, for the first time on merit. Not like people crashed or anything. Really, like on merit, I did fought for it.
Yeah, that's what I would agree with you there, Max, in terms of merit, because that's how I felt as well for my race today. I got there on merit. On the last corner you're talking about, it was a battle. I think it was you, me, and Ocean Chief.
Yeah.
You obviously break later, and you went around the the outside, and you were behind Chief. But then I did the cutback, and then there were three of us kind of squeezing each other. So I don't think there was really anything worth reporting from any of us. Really, I just think it was a last lap dash more than anything. But I think that you should be very proud of yourself today in terms of getting where you did get, because I would agree with you. You did finish where you finished on merit, and so well done, man.
Just to talk back on the last corner, basically I was side by side with you. I was like, oh, okay, Tipsy, I'm not going to let you pass. And suddenly I saw Ocean Chief going for the inside. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, let's go, boys.
I mean, Max, I love a battle. You know, Timo will tell you, I mean, I will love an absolute scrap. So if there's a battle like that, I'll always take you on. Like, but no, I thought it was a pretty fair race overall.
Pretty fun race.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
Pretty fun.
Timo, I will leave you to take control of the rest of the stream.
Yeah,
okay?
I was. Oh, thank you.
Thanks for having taken me even with the circumstances and everything.
It's fine. I mean, it's
sorry.
It's great. No worries. Wouldn't have moved you in here if it bothered anyone. So yeah, thanks for the interview, and let's hope next week you can build up on it. Of course, if today was a confidence boost, that's great to hear. And I mean, maybe you can just build yourself up, getting closer and closer to that front over the rest of the season, and get yourself into there consistently. So I wish you good luck for that. And I think after around 2 hours of a stream, that is a good way to end it off. Thanks for everyone who was here in the interview. Also, thanks for Nikolaitis, who had to go like 20 minutes ago, but he did a great job commentating today. So thanks to him. And thanks to everyone watching, and we see you next week in Monza, and also tomorrow for the 2 Belgian Grand Prix of Tour Several. Of course, Tiers 1 and 2 have their races tomorrow, so yeah, check them out, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.